let's do it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. A lot of baseball last night. A lot of important baseball last night, obviously. So I was very excited to get this show going today. And we won't hesitate. We'll just go right into the standings, see where we're at following last night, and then we'll recap it. We'll get into that. All right. Toronto now 1-game lead. So Toronto loses to the Red Sox last night. Yankees win. That gets them within 1 game. Toronto holds the tiebreaker, so it's effectively 2 games. Boston also with that win is now 4 back. They have pretty much 0 chance to win the division. I don't really see. They'd have to sweep this series, get to within 2, and then have the Yankees also be losing, and then the Blue Jays continue to lose, so that'd be tough. Cleveland and Detroit are now tied. That was a crazy game, especially the 6th inning, so we're going to watch that. Oh, welcome everybody here. Welcome everyone. Seattle has officially clinched playoff spot. They don't have the division yet, but they are on their way to it. 4-game lead. So that's like the biggest lead the Mariners have had, and I can't tell you how long in the division with this, at this point in the year. So this is big for Seattle. So they're looking good. NL East is cooked. NL Central's cooked. NL West not clinched yet. 1.5. Dodgers. Tanner Scott will watch that. Wild card. Again, it is 1 spot for 3 teams: Boston, Detroit, and Houston. Boston wins last night. Now it's Detroit technically in there, Cleveland technically in first place. So Detroit and Houston. So, man, could Detroit crash out of the entire playoffs? That would be wild. Yes, Mariners' magic number is down to 1. Thank you, Noah. In the National League, Mets are now back in there, back on top, controlling their own destiny. They own sole possession. Diamondbacks and Reds both one behind. Diamondbacks have won 3 in a row. So that's where we stand. So that is where we stand. And we'll get over to the chat really quick before we jump into our first game. Surely we should probably watch Mets stuff, since there's a lot of Mets people in here, of course. Okay, so Ohtani, you have to watch that. I didn't watch any of this. I had a crazy day yesterday. I was in Brooklyn at my parents' house with the family till we left there around 8 o'clock. Didn't listen to any baseball on the radio. Was aware of the scores. Got home around 9 o'clock. Got everybody getting close to bed. Turned on the Mets game, Yankee game, etc. Saw everything from about 9 to 10:30. So I'm in the dark otherwise. I mean, I've seen the scores, but other than that. All right, so we also got to check on Gio. Got that. And then we have to talk about Peterson. Look, I didn't watch Petey pitch. I was very upset. I felt partially responsible that he was on here, and then he had a clunker, obviously. But Mets win, so he's off the hook in a way, and they have to find out what they have with him, if he's tired or what's going on. All right, so let's just get into it. We have a lot to watch, obviously. We'll head over to the Mets game first. Mets-Cubs. So first, we'll start in chronological order. So we'll watch a little bit of Peterson and how he gives up the runs early. We'll watch Dave just so I can just see it, just because I haven't really seen and I can just get a thought here. A couple runs in the first. So Nico. Gonna start this game with a single. New coffee alert today, by the way. Recommended by my wife's father, Mitchell, from this place, Devocion Cafe Devocion in Brooklyn. So we got a Brooklyn coffee coming in hot today. All right, so first of all, this first hit, not hit very hard. This is a little jam job, so even though he falls behind 1-0 in this, this is bad batted ball luck, in my opinion. Good swing by Nico, though, stays through it. Then he's going to get a strikeout of Happer.
Corner at first. Nico's going. And the pitch is in there for a strike.
Mets try to throw it away, but it gets knocked down. So stolen base. Very rare stolen base against Peterson, too. Extremely rare. Maybe the second all year. And we got a ground out. So he had 2 outs in the first.
Little roller.
Nice play. Ooh. Look at Quentin Berry rocking the number 0 over there. And then this is where he gets in a little trouble, right? Carson Kelly walks, so I guess 3-1. Let's see what he goes to. Tries to go in, pulls it in. Okay, so 2 guys on, 2 outs. Carlos Santana, let's watch this whole at-bat. Curveball down. Carlos Santana, always been known for his eye at the plate, his walk rate. Quite the veteran at this point. What's he, like 38, 39? So, first time on the Cubbies, I believe. Got traded over there or waived and claimed, something like that. Okay, so he gets to a 1-2 count off on the strength of a fastball in and then a pulled changeup in. This is a little bit of a bad pitch despite the good result here. And we'll go to a 1-2 count. Try to go up. Good pitch, but good take. Good pitch, but good take. And also they give the free steal here. I don't love that. It's a little surprising. He doesn't allow base runners. Was this a delay? Not a delay. The Mets just aren't expecting it at all. They probably could have thrown him out, to be honest with you. That's a pretty bad jump. He's hosed if they throw here to second, right? So he was DFA'd and picked up, Spectre. Yeah, Alvey would have. That was not good baseball. Okay, and then here's the pitch that gets up the hit. It's a curveball, so he goes back to the curveball.
Steal a cheap run there.
Fly ball right field. Soto back some more. It's over his head.
All right, so
2 runs coming in.
okay,
Into second to
so that should have been 3 outs. They called that a double though, huh? Then he gets a ground out. So second inning starts it with a 4-pitch walk of JT. It's a little bit obviously of a red flag there, and then Matt Shaw is going to get a hit here on a changeup.
As he is someone that will take down outs. So Shaw rips one in.
Okay. Then they go bunt, PCA.
Assume PCA is going to look to bunt here.
And he does. That's the third. Beatty.
All right, so second and third, and then Nico. So honestly, I'm going to be honest, it's the 2 walks. Other than that, I don't think his contact has been that bad to this point. But obviously he loses these last 2 guys. This is a broken bat, but still, I mean, a weird broken bat. Pops it into left, and then this is the crippler, Ian Happ, and our guys out of the game after this. And it's not looking good early. Obviously, if Soto catches that ball in right, that's you know, he probably pitches deeper in this game. Maybe that's a bad thing because the Mets bullpen actually came in and did an awesome job in this game. Braz, Stanek was electric in this at bat to Turner. This was the final pitch. Actually, this was right around when I got home, I think. Just 100 on the black. And then we have to get into the Mets starting to build the comeback. Soto did a good job. We can get into what happened here later in a minute, but so interestingly, Horton only pitches 29 pitches in this game. So that was a major advantage Mets. They did get a leadoff dinger from Paco here. Damn, Wrigley is a good place to hit for guys who use the whole field, like gap to gap power hitters. 104.7, slightly oppo gap. That's about what Paco has in his bat right there. That's one of his better bolts to left center, and it's comfortably a homer. Nice swing, man. He's so freaking good. All right, so that was that first run, and then there's a big thing with Pete. Big at bat with Pete. Is this it? Yeah, somehow he gets a single on this. All right, here's the Pete at bat. So this is when they get back in the game. This was a huge swing by Pete. Almost gets out of there. So Horton left with back tightness. Not good for the Cubbies. This is nearly a 3-run homer. But he bangs it off the ivy. Somehow gets a single. 112 at 20. He crushed this ball. He just hit it a little bit too low. Middle. Soroka immediately thinks he gave up the tank.
Gets it in, fires it to second, and holds a...
Pete think it was gone? No, he ran. It's just, I think it was just hit that hard that he had no shot. It bounced right to the outfielder. Yeah, he would have been dead. He would have been a dead duck. All right, so that was huge. Rogers comes in, and then here's the Nimmo at bat. This completely flipped the game on its back. Obviously, there was the two McNeil errors earlier. I didn't watch those, but it just looked like a sloppy night for the Mets. We were headed into sloppy land, and then this is when they really punched back here. Big credit to Nims here. Sweeper, strike one. Sees it, measures it, gets it again, and doesn't miss it. Really good job there by Nims staying on the pitch he was looking for. 97.5, but with really nice backspin, 29 degrees, and 6-6. And the Cubbies haven't been playing good ball. Remember, they just got swept by the Reds. So this is one of those situations where, you know, there's a little bit of tightness on the other side. Mets are finally benefiting from that a little bit. They've been the team that's always had everything to lose. Now it's the Cubs a little bit. Cubs are starting to worry a little bit, I think, about the way they're playing. Obviously, the games start to really matter here in a couple days. So that was huge. And then we're going to go skip ahead to Alvarez's home run. This was the game-winning homer. The bullpen continued to do a pretty good job. Rogers did give up a single. I guess I could watch that for a second. He gave up an RBI single to Seiya, and the Cubs weren't able to keep going here. This got the game tied. Just a laser beam up the middle, 109 at 4 degrees. It's kind of scary for a pitcher. But because he's cleared out of the way, this ball doesn't hit him. So that tied it up. Anyway, we'll fast forward to the Alvey homer. It's off Caleb Thielbar, 5-pitch at bat. Here we go. Curveball in, ball. I wouldn't necessarily call it complacent. I mean, listen, I haven't watched them every game, and I'm not in there to know if they've gotten complacent or not, to be fair. But again, like, sometimes you just get into a lull where you don't play your best baseball, and the other teams have so much riding on those games. Like, the Reds needed every one of those games. Mets need this game. And I don't know, you can just, it feels like they're getting a little tight. Okay, so Caleb gets balled on that on 2-1. 2-1 backdoor fastball here. That gets him to the 3-1. Alvey's dead red on a 4-seam here. Gets it middle down. That's don't throw it there, buddy. And the troll, man, my guy. Big swing. The full stop in front of the dugout. 101.8 at 28. I love this kid, man. He's got such enthusiasm. He's so awesome. I think he's going to develop into one of the top catchers. You know, he's just had a lot of weird hand injuries. His swing's gotten jacked up a little bit over the last 2 years, but it's got stupid raw power. And he just tries so hard and wants it so bad. He was the #1 prospect in baseball for a reason. You know? And I love his tattoo on his throat. It just says, "The best." So, I'd rather you have that confidence than not. Big swing there. That got the lead. Edwin came in, 2-inning save, and I called this at the start of the week. I said Edwin's going to pitch at least 5 innings this week. Well, he gets 2 in the first day. Just mowing Cubbies down left and right in this game. There's one. Who's next? Slider. Okay, Hap, you're next. Oh, you want the slider too? Yep, you can get it. You're out. Then he gets a line out from Seiya. So Seiya was pretty locked in. Let's see how he hits this ball. Yeah, I thought he hit it really good when I was watching it live. Got it off the end just a touch. And that's where it's weird. And Wrigley gets a little deeper out there. But he only got it 89. Nims is there. And then the 9th inning, like a knife through butter. Carson Kelly. We'll see ya. I love this. You see, you don't think Sugar wants it? This guy's a freaking warrior. That's some Spanish words that I cannot repeat. All right, and then 99-2. Doors. Didn't even pull the trigger. And we'll make it a 5 strikeout game for a relief pitcher, which is super sick. Slider. Ball game over. Mets win. Huge win. Massive win. Especially being down 6-1 in this game. Showing a lot of fight in this game. And now they get another shot today. We got Jonah Tong on the mound for the Metros today. I'm not sure who's on for the Cubs. We'll do it when we get to probables. But that was huge. That was huge. All right, let's get in the chat before we head over to another game. I feel like we hit all the main notes in that game. If I'm missing something that we want to watch, please hit me in the chat. But let's see what we got here. Man, we got a lot in the chat. You guys are awesome today. We're gonna watch the Springer. We're gonna watch the Springer at bat. We're gonna watch that Red Sox game. Don't worry, I got plenty of time today. We're gonna hit it all. I love that there's so much good baseball from last night that the good baseball coming today will have to take a back seat for a little bit. It's true. We're in the best part of the year. This is great. This is shaping up to be an awesome last week into the playoffs. So I'm feeling really really happy about it. It's just good freaking baseball. And then we got Cleveland. I think Cleveland owns the tiebreaker. Yes, Spectre. But we'll get to them too. We got Tanner Scott to look at. My wife says hi. Hi, baby. No one went to cover second base. Yeah, no. I guess on that ball off on the steal. To me, they could have had him there. ABS implementation. I told you guys when I saw it in the All-Star game. This is coming. It's going to be good. I think they're actually on the right track with this. I'm not upset about it. I love the challenge system. I think it's fine. It's the same baseball. You're just gonna get the added excitement of a few pitches getting challenged a game. They'll be done very quickly, and you get the calls right, and there'll be a little bit of that drama of the pressure on the guy who challenged to get it right, which I love. I love that. There's so many guys out there that think they know the strike zone and they don't. They're gonna get exposed now. It's great. Lindor once again closing in on 30-30. I mean, he's just so steady. Marlins are pushing Sandy to face the Mets. I kind of like it. It's slimy, but I like it. It's good. It's good baseball. You got to make people earn everything, and those games are going to get tight. Make no mistake about it. Marlins Park, it'll be all Mets fans. It's going to get tight in there. What are the indications that a team could ask or look to confirm a starting pitcher struggles at the end of the year due to fatigue? So they have a lot of markers that they track now. They're tracking everything you're doing, so they can tell you from game to game, inning to inning, pitch to pitch. How you're moving relative to how you were moving earlier in the year. They're checking your strength levels in the weight room all the time. They're checking your range of motion in the training room all the time. So they have a lot of data that they're trying to use to determine how you're feeling. The issue is most people have come down from their baseline at this point. We're 6 months in. So usually you're just kind of going with what you got here, and you're kind of saying, yeah, he's at suboptimal levels, but you have to take that in consideration. But then you look around the room and like, who's at optimal levels? Maybe for the Mets, it's some of these rookies, but they've also thrown as many or as more innings as they've ever thrown. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it all plays out. All right, so everybody's in, I guess, on the ABS. Diaz shoves against everybody. Yeah, Nimmo keeps going. Like, guys go whatever you got, you know? This is what you got. You got to keep going. All right, so now let's I really got to get to this Cleveland Detroit game, but I think the Yankees was pretty short, so we can do the Yankees real quick. Yankees and White Sox. It was all about this comeback at the end. Some really good pitching in this game overall. Heel still only 3 strikeouts, so that's a little bit of a concern. He does go 6 innings. He gets clipped here by the rookie Colson Montgomery. This guy's got a lot of dingers, man. This is the first run he allows. Ends up being a 2-run bomb. This guy's got sick juice. That's way freaking back there. 113.7 at 31. You kidding me?
That was an off-speed pitch. It looked like a changeup, and Montgomery
This is smashed.
Changeups are meant to.
High drive, right field. It is
Damn.
White Sox lead.
This pitch was low. I might have to watch this guy a little bit because he's been hitting a lot of freaking home runs. He's got 19. He was not up very long. Chat, let our gardening club know about the dugout app because I got to keep rolling here. All right, then. Cruz did his job. Hill did his job. Weaver ended up doing his job in the top of the 9th. Game gets to this situation with Isert pitching. So this is the rally where they win it all. Volpe actually gets it started, so let's watch the whole at bat for Volpe. Swing and miss at a pretty good pitch to hit. Here comes a changeup off of that. So away. Now they're trying to go in. It's actually the pitch he could handle. Middle up, oddly. And he top spins it, kind of tennis style, into center. So a nice forehand there for a 100.3 mile an hour hit, which was big. That got the inning started. Austin Wells had a crazy at-bat here too, so we'll watch this. Good take. One thing Wellesley does well, controls the zone. Same thing there. 2 good takes. Now this Isert guy, he's working a lot of that horizontal approach angle. I thought he threw a lot of good pitches in this inning that guys just simply did not cooperate with. Guys did not swing. They fouled off some pitches. Yeah, it's not premium stuff, but I thought he did about as good as he could do for the most part. He mixed it up well, but sometimes an offense can just grind you down and give you nowhere to go. You know, basically telling you what you're doing is not enough. Everybody in the crowd thought that was a homer, but it was obviously foul. And then Wellesley goes down on a low fastball and lasers one to the right. So the Chicken Parm boys, Volpe and Wells, combined to get the Yankees to a first and second no-out situation, and that makes this comeback go, right? Trent Grisham now hitting to this double play. So this is where it got interesting. First pitch, Trent Grisham double play. This is very unexpected here. Montgomery turning the double play with the bubble while blowing the bubble. Very smooth. And obviously Aaron Judge coming up. Now you walk him. So you get to first and third. 2 outs. Belly comes up. Check out this at-bat right here. Fastball down and away ball. Now there was a wild pitch, I believe, in here that ties the game. Strike up. Again, not a very good not a very good matchup. I mean, Belly crushes lefties. He's got like a 350 average versus lefties, but you can see this guy's angle, despite the less than high octane velocity, it's weird. It's weird. It's popping out. I think he's hiding it exceptionally well. This was a really good left-on-left 2-1 changeup. This is what I mean by throwing good pitches and it's still not mattering. This is a great freaking pitch. Could have ended the game on this pitch, but he ends up missing it, which buys him more pitches to see. 2-2. Sometimes it's not good to put the pitcher's pitch in play. At-bat continues. Isert eventually is not able to finish the deal here. And throws this wild pitch out of nowhere. Here comes Volpe. He scores. Game's tied. So now they make the pitching change. They bring in Caballero to face, Caballero's coming up, and Steven Wilson's coming in. This is another great at-bat. 9 pitcher. Sweeper down and away ball. Yeah, Bellinger's reverse splits are wild. I don't understand them. But I do think something about facing the lefty just keeps his shoulder glued in a little tighter and he doesn't try to do too much. I think sometimes against righties, the changeup fading away from him, mixed with the pitch coming in on him like a cutter, kind of gets him a little off tilt, whether he's going forward or back. But Caballero was so locked in this freaking at-bat, he started grinding right here. He's down 1-2, spits on this. He gave a body language this whole at-bat of absolute confidence. Fouled away. Sweeper again. Fouled away again. Wilson just toggling 4 seams and sweepers. Fouls it back. Looks like that's Phil Cuzzy back there. Another sweeper. So fastball, sweeper, fastball, sweeper, fastball, sweeper. This time he doubles up on the sweeper, and this time Jose does the little doink into center. Ball game over. And Yankees clinch the playoff spot. So sick comeback by them. Great job by the bullpen and by actually Luis Gil for doing a really good job being stingy on the mound. And then some of the unsung guys, Volpe, Wells getting on in that inning. Some really quality at-bats. Bellinger did an unbelievable job wearing down Isert in that at-bat. And then Caballero coming through. So Yankees playing a little bit of you know, rally ball there, not necessarily hitting homers there, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. That's another way to get it done. And the Yankees are now within 1, but it's effectively 2 versus Toronto. All right, here we go. All right, the Dugout app is just the app that the teams have that MLB provides instead of having the video room open now, so guys can review their at bats. Teams do load up other things on there that I don't have. The reason why I have the at bat is because I have the iPad is because when I came up with the idea for this stream, I went and talked to MLB about it, and they agreed to give me the iPad. That's the reason why I have it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it like everybody else. But I knew this was a good way to go about it because I could watch highlights without having to have somebody cutting them. I don't need to pull any video. It's all just there. And what I don't have, but we work with what we got. And it's pretty damn good. And now they've given me this MLB research tool, which I'm over here, which is pretty cool. Like, for example, you want to watch all the furthest home runs from last night. Like, they're all just queued up, ready to go. So this is Michael Harris. This was the furthest shot of last night, 444 feet. Or you can, you can watch Acuna. Or I thought you could, but we're having trouble. Anyway, there's cool stuff. Exit velocity, hardest hit balls. This was a foul ball by Vlad. So it's funny, even on a foul ball, you got exit velo. That was 116, nuked into the 4th deck at Rogers Center. Anyway, that's a little bit about the app. All right. It's almost time, I think, now for Tigers and Guardians, right? But let's get in the chat for a second before I have a call. What's the catch probability of the Caballero blooper? Good question. I can tell you what the expected batting average on it was very easily. Let me just do that really quick. Oh, it's right here. It was actually 860 expected batting average, so probably pretty low catch probability. What's funny is, right here, 860. What's funny is I was looking at that research tool earlier, and they have like defensive plays by catch probability, and the lowest one last night was this line out by McNeil that PCA catches. This was pre-show. I was like messing around on here. So this was the lowest % chance of an out that got made in the outfield, and he catches it so easily. So he was just there. And then there's actually a second one here. I don't know why it's messing with me right now with my, so it's like letting me watch one thing at a time, which is super annoying. But anyway, that's on there. So that makes sense a little bit with the Caballero stuff we were talking about. What was your cutter grip if you have a ball near you? Okay, cutter grip. First, so my 4-seam fastball, I threw like this, right? And then on my cutter grip, all I did was I shifted down to the other side of the seams. And all I did was I just tried to throw it. So I had it like a 4-seam grip. This is the grip that I settled on at the end. It's just a 4-seam grip, but on the opposite side of the horseshoe that I would normally use. And then I would try to throw it on a 45-degree angle. Just pull my hand straight down like this. So the ball comes out just like clean like a 4-seam, but it's tilted. That's what I landed on later, and when I wanted to have it with more depth, I would do the same grip, but then I would just put my fingers together, turn the ball a little bit, so it's a little bit like a slider, 45-degree angle, pull straight down. That way you're getting a little more bullet spin. Now, pre-sticky crackdown, my cutter grip was more on the leather. I was like in the middle here, and my cue was to have the ball come off my pointer finger last. And so I would get a little gyro to the left, but then when I stopped using the sunscreen and rosin, like my finger would slip off the leather a little easier, so I had to go to the seam. Anyway, that's the answer. Tigers. All right, we're going to watch it. It's tough, but I think maybe he was playing a little deeper. Should we watch that again? How deep was the outfielder on the Caballero hit? All right, here we go. You can see the soccer field from this angle. So the outfielder's pretty deep. Let's see the first move off the bat. It's weird because it's Michael A. Taylor, right? He's pretty fast. He didn't have to go that far. All right, so it's from right here. Oh, wow, we don't need green. Green makes no freaking sense. We need yellow. And then let's see where the ball lands. Doesn't seem that far. I'm kind of with you. Doesn't seem that far. Yeah, 2-out jump definitely helps score both runs there. Let's see how good the oh no, we didn't need it. Well, the runner from second, you mean, which is Judge. Yeah, he didn't have to think about it at all. If there's one out there, I bet he holds up a little bit. I think you're right about that. I keep trying to read the chat and watch the games at the same time. It's really hard sometimes. All right, what else we got here? Manoah got DFA'd, which is crazy. I know. He was like third in the Cy Young a couple years ago. It's crazy how this game, like, you know, nothing's permanent. You got to re-earn it every time. He's had some issues, obviously, health-wise and some other stuff. Yeah. So but that's where the Blue Jays are right now. Obviously, they picked other guys over him at the end of the day. They chose other guys who they felt like earned it more, deserved it more right now to stay on the roster. So doesn't mean his career's over. Lot can still happen here. So we'll see. I mean, he's reached a very high level. Although it was brief, it was very high. 2-out jump helps score 2 there. Yeah. Manoah's stats were see, I saw that his underlying stats weren't good. Like he had a 5-something FIP. Velo was down, movement was down. So that's what they're looking at. They're looking at more of the they're looking more for like you know, the underlying stuff, the predictive things, the process stuff. All right, let's go over to Detroit and Cleveland. All right. Now, I want to highlight Gavin Williams in this game because he pitched amazing. He really did. Going head-to-head with Skubal. It was interesting to see that Skubal still looked great, so I'm not worried about him health-wise anymore, so that's great for Detroit. But Detroit's got to get in the freaking dance. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to get in there. They got to get in. But Gavin Williams, 91 pitches, 12 strikeouts. Just throwing absolute cheese balls. Man, I thought I had him pulled up earlier, right? Didn't I? Oh, yeah. Tigers, Guardians. All right, so how'd he do it? He did 24 four-seamers, 23 curveballs, 22 sweepers. Wow, okay. 14 sinkers, 8 cutters. Velo was about normal. He ended up getting, how'd he do for whiffs? Big-time whiffs. 46% whiff last night. So that's huge. Looks like the majority of them came on the sweeper and curveball. So it's probably interesting now that he's going with a little bit of a more of a speed differential game. Yeah, the curveball's 82, the sweeper's 86, and the fastball's 97. Whereas if he went with more of a bullet slider, he'd probably be in the 90s. Like his cutter's 91.3. So he's trying to have a little differential there. There's no more changeup. So right in starter pitching with no changeup right now. All right, let's start with Gavin Williams so we don't miss him, and then we'll watch the 6th inning that happens to Skubal. You know, because this is like one of the most ridiculous innings you'll ever see in your life. All right, so we'll just watch all his outs because he was so dominant, and he's been so good. He almost no-hit the Mets a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was a month ago. I don't know. It feels like a while ago now. Anyway, there's that man, Stephen Kwan. And he's going to punch Glaber out. 99.3 mile an hour, four-seam. Nasty. And then Kerry Carpenter. That was like backdoor paint. Here comes the curveball. We said the curveball and the sweeper had huge effect. So maybe a little McLean action, a little Sproat action going on when he's pitching the lefties, toggling curveballs and sweepers. Mixing those pitches. That's been a Mets approach lately with some of the young guys. Been very good. Obviously, then he also has the high-octane heater. So really good curveball there. That was nasty. Torkelson. Gonna sweep him. I can't remember the last time I got a chase this far out of the zone on my sweeper. Probably been a few years. That's a good feeling. That's when you know your sweeper's nasty. Riley Green. Gonna get him with the cutter. Up away target. Hedges back there. Even when he misses middle, Riley's not on it. Dylan Dingler. Gonna get him with the sweeper. Trying to think what he's doing with his glove. What that reminds me of. There's another pitcher, man. Who am I thinking of that used to hold the glove out like this? Maybe Musina? He used to do like a little like move at the knee. Wow. What happened here? Yeah, this ball should have been caught. Just Martinez didn't get back. But okay, so ground rule double there. And then this is how they score their run. Because now Winsell Perez doubles on a curve. Okay. This I don't understand. Okay, you see this whole area over here? This is like it's like a track material, like a rubber, like you're on a sprinting track. Where like a meet might take place, a track meet. It's like that material, and this is dirt back here. I don't know why this isn't dirt, because it's so dangerous. You go over there, you hit that, you're getting rug burn for sure, road rash. So anyway, double there, that scores the run. And then I'm pretty sure he was great the rest of the way. Curveball here for a strike. Paint, great catch by Hedgie. We got a Parker Meadows fly out. Scherzer has a little bit of that setup. Good call, Alex Parker. Especially out of the stretch, I would agree with that. And that was bad base running, thinking that was not gonna get caught. And then he gets Glaber out. Glaber loves to do that little like wailing fly ball to right field, and a lot of times he gets it off the end, and those are hits. But not this time. Now he gets Carpenter for the second time on a curveball. Really good curveball when you punch a guy out twice with it in the same game, same spot. Really good hitter too, Kerry Carpenter. That's nasty. That ball's dropping hard. Then a walk of torque, single to Riley Green. And you know when you're facing Skubal, you don't have much margin for error. Like one more run could lose you the game here. Kind of a weird hit there. Then another walk, and then he has to bear down. First, it's McKinstry. Absolute hammer. Middle. Negative 13.9 on the vert here. Big time drop. This is so nasty. On 3-2, bases loaded. Like I said, you have no margin for error here, but he goes punchy there. And then he's going to go punchy here. These are the same two guys that combined for the hit earlier, for the run earlier. Instead, this time punches them both out with curveballs. Fired up. Big time pitching right here. Yeah, so sick. Cleveland rocks. They're up for him. 5th inning. First pitch out, huge.
Gavin Williams goes to work here in the 5th inning behind the bag.
Nice. Parker Meadows, another ground out.
Keep the Tigers at bay.
Oh, he had a little leg swing into the kick there. There's Arias, nice play. And then Glaber. Did I click the right person? No, I didn't. I gotta click Glaber. Here's Glaber. Ooh, sinker. Backdoor sinker? Yep, dotted. Did not know this was part of your game, sir. Really good pitch here. Free City. Boom. Hedge is so valuable back there, too. Just guiding these guys along. 6th inning, Kerry Carpenter. You're going to get the hat trick on all curveballs. Goodbye. Nasty. He's got him shaking his head. He's got him saying, I don't know. I can't hit this thing. He's like, what do you want me to do? Then Torque again. He's been owning Torque too. This one's a sweeper again. Got him. He's so nasty. So this is really big development for Cleveland now, even in the playoffs. They have a guy who's been pitching like a freaking ace lately. Does get clipped here by Riley Green. This made it 2-0, and it felt Like maybe this was going to be Detroit's night. But then as you're about to see, the 6th inning happens. So there's a home run, and then he gets his final strikeout, Dylan Dingler. Probably a backdoor sinker. Yep. 12 punchies. Really, really freaking good game for this guy. He's been looking really good. He's got a little Garrett Cole in him. It's not quite Garrett Cole, but it's got a little bit of it in him. All right, here we go. Detroit, it's Scoobs. He pitched great, but here comes the 6th inning. All right, Stephen Kwan's going to lead it off with a bunt single. This is a very Guardians inning. Chops it off the plate. Dingler tries to pounce on it, but it's in that no man's land between the pitcher and the catcher. And I feel like stuff always gets messed up here. Meanwhile, Kwan is flying, so even if he catches it, he's got to clear Skubal and throw a strike to first. It would have been awfully close. Leadoff bunt. Look at that ball chop off the plate. You do that on purpose, you think? That would be pretty impressive. All right, then they're going to go ahead and bunt again. So what do you do when you can't hit a guy? Get creative. Good bunt. Skubal's on it. Tries to go long snapper. Everybody's safe. The Cleveland crowd is now absolutely feeling it. Can we get a better look at this? Pretty confident attempt. Very reminiscent of something that I would do. But it does not work. At all. Yeah, he tried an Ottavino. Alright, do we have any other views that will show this well? Probably not. You do see the ball, though. Oh, buddy. Now I'm trying to see, when he picks up this ball, did he have a chance to make this play? Yeah, he should just turn around and throw it. All right, so second and third, after 2 bunts, bunt. Jose Ramirez, not the guy you want to face. Let's watch this at bat. 99, 3 sinker in, dotted. God, he's so good. Curveball off of that. So good again, way out front. You can't cover both of those pitches simultaneously. Fastball again. Gets it into play. They're playing back. Infield hit. So the ball still hasn't left. Really, let's think about this. The first bunt was like right here. The second hit was like right here. And the third hit gets picked up right here. Those are the 3 hits. First and third, 1 run in, no outs. And here comes the David Fry. So we'll watch the whole thing. Sorry if you don't like to watch painful things, but my man took it like a champ in the face. He's buddies with my friend Alex Young, so I know he's a great dude. I'm hoping he's fine. I'm hoping that maybe, you know, it's just some bruises, some stitches, and he'll be all right. But 99 in the face is freaking scary. I think he got up on his own power. But this is crazy. I mean, he was in this at-bat for a little while, and it's not till the 2-1 that he's like, okay, we're going to bunt. And here it is. And this really made the whole game feel eerie. Skubal's reaction is insane. The catcher, everybody on the field. Hold on. All right, watch it in full speed. Oh, shit. You see the reaction of the dugout now. Does this ball hit the bat? They called it a foul tip, but it looks like it's a direct hit. Side of the nose. So probably broken nose, broken face bone, orbital bone, or something like that. All right, we're going to move on. So then they had the pinch hit. They had the pinch hit right after that, and then here we go. So Skubal had to sit. Obviously, he was a little rattled after that. Immediate wild pitch, game tied. So in this inning, to recap, we have 3 guys reach base on balls between the pitcher and the catcher. A guy gets hit in the face trying to bunt. The game has to get delayed because of this. And then we have a wild pitch. That's how 2 runs have scored so far. He does do a great job of battling from here on out. And he actually gets all 3 of these guys out, but of course, not before they get the lead. So that was an unbelievable pitch right there for the strike 3. But here's how they get the lead. Arias and Skubal's trying to get a punchy here. They got the infield in. And honestly, he's feeling like he's throwing great at this point. But this is just the inning from hell in a way. Gets into a nice 2-1 count.
Infield in now. 2-1 pitch.
Gets him off the end, but it's too slow. They can't get the out. The run scores. Skubal's shaking his head. He sees the runner. He knows that it's too late. He checks the runner. And then he's like, yep, it's too late. So 3-2 on nothing that left the infield. And that was it. Skubal was chased from the game. He ends up striking out Manzardo to end it. This was a big moment too. Canley comes in. My guy strikes out the first two guys, but then walks a guy that he should dominate in Hedges. So he's in the spot now where they're mixing and matching everything. So he comes right out of the game. They bring in Finnegan for some reason to face Kwan. Kwan comes up with a huge double. And this is a 2-out rally for Cleveland. So they're that team. They're the thorn in your side. You saw the way that they rallied off Skubal. And now this is a 2-out rally, a walk, a slash double, and now Schneeman's going to go with it too. Going with it, sees the open spot. Finnegan tried to go split there. 2 more runs have come home now. 3 more runs have come home now. And, well, 2 more this inning, and it's 5-2, and they go on to win it. Cade Smith. You know, it's interesting. If they had Clase, they would look even better. But, yeah, I'm a little confused about Canley not facing Kwan, or if you're going to bring in a guy, make it a lefty at least. They decide to go Finnegan. I don't know if you've seen the splits on Kwan, but they're pretty drastic. Right versus left. He's killing righties, and he hasn't been as good versus lefties this year. Also, Tommy's amazing versus lefties. That was a little bit of a curious move for me at AJ last night. But huge win for Cleveland. Now they are technically ahead in first place. And now they've beaten, I think, Detroit 4 in a row, 5 in a row, something like that. So they kind of have their number a little bit. Prayers up to David Fry, of course. Hopefully he'll be okay and have a speedy recovery. It reminds me a little bit of, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Justin Turner actually in college for Cal State Fullerton in the College World Series, same thing. Went to bunt, took it in the face. So this does happen occasionally. It's scary, really, really scary. All right, we got a question in the chat here. Yeah, a lot of people thought of Pilar. Yeah, the reaction of Skubal was tough. So I never hit anybody in the face, but I hit Starling Marte in the head. And yeah, it actually changed my whole pitching style for the better. But for a little while, I was like, don't go inside with 2 strikes when they're looking for sliders because they won't get out of the way. And that's kind of what happened. He didn't move. He was diving for a slider. I missed a little bit up and in, right off the head. We ended up being teammates later. He had to go in the concussion IL. It was in Pittsburgh. I was getting booed. I ended up striking out McCutcheon after that somehow, but I was rattled. I was definitely rattled. I felt awful that I hit somebody in the head. So that's the question answer to Alex Parker. Guardians Brewers World Series would be everybody's grandpa's favorite World Series. That's funny. Got a request for the M's game only because Brown carved them. Miller got smoked with 103. And my fellow Canadian won it from shout out Naylor. We're going to watch that. Naylor had a huge swing. He had the highest win probability added with that at bat in the 8th inning last night. Cole Cates, we'll answer this quickly and then we'll go back to baseball. If you had to take a curveball, slider, 4-seam, sinker, changeup, splitter from all the current pitchers at MLB, let's just rattle them off really quick, top of the head. These aren't final answers, but these are off the top of my head. Curveball, Nolan McLean. Slider, Jacob deGrom. 4-seam fastball, Mizorowski. Sinker, Nolan McLean. That's gross. He's got 2 of them. Changeup, Devin Williams. Splitter, let's just say Fernando Cruz. All right, we knocked that out. Would I consider, yeah, we'll talk about, Spectre, we'll talk about what I'm thinking for the rest of this week towards the end of the show. I am thinking of going heavy baseball after dark from here on out because tomorrow I can't do baseball and coffee in the morning. I have a charity event all day, so we're going to have to figure that out because I have to cover these games. So probably baseball after dark tonight and then potentially the next day and the next day and the next day in addition to the MLB stream on Friday. So we'll see. All right, let's go back to more baseball. Let's do... We have a request for that Mariners game, right? So that's Mariners. Who'd they play? I was locked in a little bit on this last night. Oh, the Rockies. Of course, how could I forget the Rockies? Rockies and Seattle Mariners. So wait, Miller got smoked? Is that how he came out of the game? I didn't see any of that. Oh, here it is. Kyle Karros. Let's watch that. We'll start with this. We'll start with another guy getting smoked. Ooh, right in the hip. Oh, he didn't even want the out. He was stung. He got stung hard. That hit him right in the hip socket. Right? Oh, right in the butt cheek. He'll be all right. Just a little bruise. Oof, right in the cheek. Ah, all right. We got a good text from my friend Justin here. He's going to come on and hang one of these nights. So I'm going to text him after this and we'll figure this out. We'll do the show together. Wham. Right in the hip, right in the butt. Okay, so he gets nailed. He pitched a pretty good game. Mariners, as usual, their bullpen. Bizzardo's been super underrated. He's been awesome. Yes, Spencer Strider would feel nothing from that. Vargas, Spire. 3 punchies for Spire. Can we just watch what his finishing pitches were? Because this guy's been pretty nasty for the M's. Let's show a little love to a relief pitcher. Random reliever. Ooh, good catch by Cal Raleigh. MVP votes up. Hunter Goodman. Another slider. Oh, sword. I don't really like to use that terminology, but he got him. Next pitch. And you're gone too. So White Castle there. Munoz did his thing. All right, here's the big AB. I believe it was off of Vodnik. So they get some stuff going against Mejia. Hit by pitch, walk, strikeout, hit by pitch. So that's bases loaded. This freaking guy hit 2 guys. Juan Mejia. Let me see those. 98. This probably hurt. Oh, and the knee. That freaking hurt. And then he hit Julio too. 97. So Juan Mejia is handing out bruises. I think it hit him in the pad or maybe got him in the elbow. Anyway, here we go. Vodnik, who throws cheese. And we got Josh Naylor. Huge moment. Entire crowd on their feet.
Way high, and Goodman keeps that from finding the backstop.
99 up. Man, this guy throws cheese, but that's a non-competitive ball 1. I think you stay on the fastball against this guy no matter what. Change up. So here comes change up 1-0. Also a ball. Naylor's shaking his head. Nah, cuz. Watch the head shake. Nah. I'm staying on your heater, and I'm going to whack it. And what I love about this swing is where he goes with it. Does he try to pull it? Does he try to go way crazy? No, he just hits it where it's pitched. Right in the gap. Julio's on first, pissed about his hit by pitch. He's flying around the bases. He scores. M's regain the lead. They are fired up. Look at this man's face. Look at his face. Yeah. All right. Let's see the swing on that. This is how you go the other way. So beautiful. And the Mariner Moose is loving it. Hold on. Look at my guy, the Moose. Yeah. Big time. Let's look at the high home. Let's watch Julio run. And we're off. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, no shot. He's cruising. Standing up all the way. You can see the crowd was electric last night in Seattle. That's awesome to see. So they win. They're now 4 up in the division. Magic number is 1 to clinch their first division, and I don't remember the last time. I guess when they had one of those record-setting win teams. I do want to give a quick shout-out to Mr. McCade Brown, who had 10 punchies in 5 innings against the M's. I guess let's watch, just see, because I've never seen this guy pitch, what the finishing pitches were a little bit. This little crossbody sinker action. I got to ask my guy Scott Oberg what he's got on McCade Brown, since he's the pitching coordinator for the Rock Show. Oh, so he's dominating guys with fastballs. Here's a slider. Second playoff berth since 01. Yeah, that was a leisurely jog from Julio. I actually totally agree. Great comeback, though, in this game. These are not optimally located pitches, but there's something about them. Maybe it's the extension, 7-3 extension with the crossbody. It's got some velo on it, but they are not on it.
That was it. Let those corner infielders take charge. But
ooh, good slider. He struck out a whole bunch of dudes in a row here. Here's Crawford. Something weird about this heater. I need to learn more. Because a lot of they don't look anything crazy. HAA beast. Yeah, it must be an HAA beast. Agreed. I mean, you can see this. He's way over on third base. Steps across. Arm comes out over here. Everything's gonna shoot this direction. Okay. Let's see the home run he gives up. Canzone. Ooh, down in. Drops the head. Nice swing. All right. Anyway, that's enough of this game. It's enough of this game. 24 years since they won the division for the Mariners. That's awesome. I've been vocal. I love Seattle. I think it's awesome. One of my favorite places to be, especially in the summer. Getting an e-bike, riding around, getting way too many coffees in the morning. You know, just taking a bike to the stadium. Seeing the Pacific Northwest. I like it. They got a weird dome where it's not really a dome. It's just a roof, so it's still open air even when it's closed. It's where I saw the most electric James Paxton I ever saw. I remember he had to start against us when I was with the Rockies. That was crazy. 99-100 left-handed. The big maple. Anyway, these are memories. Let's move to Sox Jays. All right, Sox Jays. Good call. Very good call. First, we'll get the box score up here from Sox Jays. This is a huge series for the Red Sox. They need these games. Toronto's trying to hang on to this division, and they're not doing a very good job of it. They've lost like 4 in a row. So Gio goes 4 2/3, 1 run, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. You know what, though? At this point in the season, you'll take the 1 run no matter how it came. So obviously it wasn't his best start. We can take a look at it. Whitlock continues to be a beast. 1 inning, 2 punchies. Chapman, same. Slayton's a big piece, getting him back. I really like the Red Sox bullpen. Gosman, 5 2/3, 4 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Varland after him, Fisher, Fluharty, Tommy Nance. Those guys all threw up zeros, but I'm thinking the quality is actually much better on the Red Sox side of the equation for a bullpen. And who had a big night at the plate? Yoshida, 2 hits. Nathaniel Lowe, 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Outstanding night at the plate. Abreu, Springer over there. All right, so somebody give me a hint on what I need to watch here. First thing we're watching is a Springer foul ball or something. Blue Jays. First inning, 3rd blown call in a week against Springer. All right, let's watch it. First inning.
Pick things up here lately.
Gio comes in with a fastball. And here comes a slider. Oh, short.
Backhanded by Story, and the low throw cannot be corralled.
It's in the 3rd. All right, so he reaches on an error there. Here we go. This is bases loaded, 2 outs. This is a huge moment in the game. I can see why Jays fans are upset if this goes against them. So ball 1 on a changeup. Changeup again here. Man, what a swing. Look at this swing by George. He looked a little old there, to be honest. All right, fastball coming. So Gio's fastball about 93. This isn't his best velo by any means. That's the first thing I'm noticing right off the rip here. Going back to the changeup here. Oh, so this is the play. This was a fair ball, huh? Ugh. Come on, give me an angle that we can use here. Damn it. I wish I could get closer, zoom in more on this. I bet you I could find it on... So this goes right over the base, and they can't review it because... You can't review it because it bounced before the base. So this isn't a reviewable play. So that's easy 2 runs, and then they have more opportunity after that. So I can see why people are mad about this one for sure. They get robbed a little bit. Now, I don't have a good look of it. Twitter has better angles. Let's see something. You just never know. Sometimes you get an angle on here. So I think we're going to get a view here because we're on the highlights, so they can probably show it. Oh, Springer's pissed. Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm 99.9% sure that's fair, but boy, is it close. I don't know why these aren't reviewable. I'm not sure how you would review it. I guess from overhead. Which then you have to station a camera weird, or you have some sort of laser system. All right, so yeah, they got screwed there for sure. Oh, and then here's the strikeout pitch. And obviously you see George is pissed. Oh, and that was the ball. Damn. Wow. Thanks for alerting me to this, people. This is crazy. So this was a huge moment in the game, and it's the third inning. Like I've been saying, you never know when they come. George is heated, and I would be too. These are big moments. Oh, Schneider was already ready to get out of the dugout, and he was aware that George was maybe getting himself tossed. Passion. Okay, so Red Sox hang in there. Let's see how they get the runs off Gauze. So it was a Yoshida double here.
Together, guys.
Hazel eloquently said, I like that. The super glue.
Yoshida's a good baseball player, man. Good hitter. Unfortunately, in the big leagues, I think that the pitchers have come up with a pretty good way to mute his power. Because in Japan, he was known for having pretty good power as well as being a good hitter. The issue is he has no other real tools. Can't run, can't throw. So but he is a guy that's going to put a good at bat up there. Especially off of Gausman. He's seen so many splits in his career out in Japan. Great matchup for him. All right, and then here is the hit by Nathaniel Lowe, who low-key has been a really big pickup. Wow, low-key, I sound like my daughter. But he's been a really big pickup for the Sox. 2-0 count, spitting on splitters. Splitter down, strike. Four seam. Let's see if they miss middle up here, I'm guessing. Let's see. Yeah, because it felt to me like he was letting anything that's too low go. So I didn't think, ooh, Nathaniel low key. I like that, Nick. I think based on the fact that he took that other splitter for a strike, he was like, this is on the borderline of whether he wants to swing or not. This height, that's why I predicted this pitch was going to be a little higher than the bottom of the zone to get him to swing. Sure enough, it was. And another good job. Another guy, another lefty with runner in scoring position, shooting the ball the other way for a huge hit. We've seen Naylor do it. We saw Schneemann do it earlier. This stuff works. It just does. And then... Is that the only run they scored there? Abreu double to third lineup. Okay, yeah. And then fourth inning. Here we go. We got a Story double, but he gets stranded. Yoshida. Okay, here we go. Romy gets a dub. Man, how big has Romy been for the Sox fans? Been a great player. University of Miami guy. Got an outstanding tan. Outstanding mustache when he wants to grow it. And he rakes. Hit there. Sadon. Hits it through the hole. Moves him up, first and third. And then there's that man again, Nathaniel Lowe. Let's watch the at-bat again versus Gauze. This time he's going to start him with the 4. Slide step 4, dotted down. That's the second time he's taken a fastball at the bottom of the zone that we've been watching. So I think the approach is still the same. See the ball up a little bit. So let's see what happens here. Here's a split.
Not much of a lead now.
Yeah, sees it up, so that gets him to fire. This ball's actually off the plate away. I don't think this is a bad pitch at all by Gausman. But again, a little batted ball luck, hits it through the hole. Good job by Nathaniel Lowe to hit it fairly hard, 98.3. This pitch is up and away off the plate. Well, not up, but away off the plate. Does pull an outside pitch, but gets the job done. You never know unless you put it in play. Big hit there. And then we got Willier. What happened here? 3-1. Still first and third, one out. Big thing for them getting Willier back. So, okay, so he hits into this. Sadon actually ends up thinking he's back. It's upheld. He's out. So now, here's the big at-bat, though. Carlos Narvaez versus Kevin Gausman. Let's watch the whole thing. Pulled split ball. Little slider on the corner. Nice pitch there. Here comes the splitty. Swings over it. So at this point, I think you got to stick with the splitter and just execute. Let's see what he does. Sticks with it, but he probably doesn't execute it. Not horrible. I'm surprised this ball went this far. I also have to think maybe a better defensive right fielder makes this play. 98-2 at 23. Did you guys think that he hit this ball that good? I thought this was a pretty good pitch. Not perfect, but he must have got it a little more in the barrel than I thought. I need to see the expected stats for this ball. No, not T. I need Narvaez. Okay, off of, this is the double. 330 expected batting average, so still had a pretty good expected batting average, but not crazy high. I don't know. I thought that ball was catchable. All right, so that gave them the big lead. Varland came in, kind of shut it down from there, and the bullpens took over. I think we might need to watch Whitlock do his thing for a second because he's been so freaking good. And he's such a stud. And then we'll watch Chapman. I saw a question in the chat about Chapman. We'll get to him real quick. Let's watch a 3-pitch Garrett Whitlock punching of Varsho. Sinker, front door, paint. Slider, which is a pitch that was honestly pretty horseshit when I play with him, has become a freaking weapon for him. So now he's got 3 lockdown weapons: his sinker, his slider, and his changeup. Bugs Bunny changeup. And he's got the super extension, 7'2" extension. Doors is Varsho there. Now Vlad. This is not a fun guy to face. Paint away, so he's thrown nothing that they can hit yet. Now they're going to go in with it. I love it. Actually, this was a strike. Oh, they're going to go back in again. Interesting targeting here by Carlos. I want you guys to watch this real quick. He puts the target a little further inside to influence him to make sure we get it in. He pulled the previous sinker. This is just a little reinforcement. Make sure you get this pitch in. He doesn't quite get it in, but it's better than the other one. Gets him to foul it off, and now he's going to go to the Bugs Bunny. And this was an outstanding catch by Narvaez at the bottom of the zone. This ball holds very well. Clips the bottom. Boop. Little scoopy action. Nice play. And then he's going to get Barger out on a slider. So 1, 2, 3, easy peasy inning for our guy Garrett Whitlock, or my guy Garrett Whitlock. Nice play. Ooh. Little collage there, but Nate Lowe's fine. Slayton came in, had a 1, 2, 3, and then Chapman 1, 2, 3. This was how the game ended. Now, if you notice, and this is the first thing I wanted to say when I was talking about Chapman, I mentioned this a few times before. This is his 0-0 targeting by Narvaez. This is something that the Red Sox have adopted with Aroldis this year that I think is paying dividends. He has the highest first pitch strike rate of his career, and here's why, I think. You see, they hedge to the inside corner here. His natural miss is slightly to the arm side. Therefore, if he misses, he has a shot to still be in the zone up and away, or even anywhere over here. This is where his miss pattern is. If he hits a spot, he hits a spot, but doesn't too often miss in. But I also think they're okay if he misses in a little bit, because that also sets the tone for the at-bat. I will come in. But in general, this is going to keep him funneled over the plate for strikes. This gets him in the 0-1 count, and then obviously he's got the stuff to do the rest after that. I mean, he's the greatest strikeout pitcher in the history of left-handed relievers. So, yes, he pulls this ball in for ball 1 here, but you see how it scared the crap out of Springer. And again, they set up right in this same spot again. This is typically where they want to be. These two, he does overcook. Now Narvaez makes a slight adjustment, comes back to the middle a little bit, and he's able to keep it on the plate for a fly out. But in general, this has been the idea. And when I was looking at Chapman this season, like, what is he doing differently? You know, it pops out really, really fast, the first pitch strike rate. Because, again, all he has to do is get ahead in the count, and he's had trouble doing that at times in his career. But this year, this is first pitch strikes, 70.5% this year. I mean, that tells the tale. His previous best ever, 62.5%, which came way back in 2016, and he was a different person probably. So almost 71% first pitch strikes. They have no shot against this dude when he's ahead in the count, and the key is he's been more ahead in the count this year than any other year. I also think he's got a pretty good feel for two different types of fastballs, and I think that targeting has helped him generally get ahead more, or at least send the right message even when he misses. Something to watch tonight, given Chapman's 25 pitches yesterday. I'd say that's true. Did I miss anything else from this game that's important? I don't really think so. There is a 10-pitch at-bat from Connor Falefa that was mentioned, so we can watch it. Why not? There's that first pitch heater, pours it in there. Now they start working away to get the sinker to run to the corner. Ball. But again, you got to activate strike one. Everything happens after strike one. Sinker down.
To the Yankees, from the Yankees to the Cubs, back to the Yankees.
Gets him to swing. This is going to be a foul ball. Barely. Now he goes to the slider.
And again, bigger picture, about another quiet night for the Blue Jay offense.
And at 9 so far in this game.
Close, but no.
Chapman wanted it and left on base.
3-2.
Obviously, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter, but there's also a little more trust in the hitters that he's not going to walk you now because his walk rate's good. So you're seeing guys swing more instead of just trying to take their free pass. Ooh, Story. Nasty. T-Story. What a play, baby. Look at this. Little backhand jump throw. He's as good as anybody at this throw. And that's one out. So Chapman does his thing. Red Sox do their thing. Let's see what we got in the chat. Are those two different fastball grips for Chapman? Some were mid-90s, some were 1-0. No, he's just not. He's really good at being able to vary his velo. Like he knows that a lot's going to be asked of him, and they have a 3-run lead, so he's just trying to pour it in there at 85% effort. You know, RPE, rate of perceived effort. So that's probably, you know, manifesting itself in 95, 96, 97 mile-an-hour fastballs, and then when he wants to, he goes to that 100% effort and throws 101. So you don't need it every time. I think that's just veteran savvy. Dodgers game next. Yes, Dodgers game next. Let's do it. Let's head over to the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. We got Shohei on the bump. All right, real quick, let me go check the let me get into the info for this game. So we know what we're talking about here. All right, first we'll look at the box. And then we'll go from there. All right, so Shohei, 6 innings, 5 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. So we'll obviously watch that. Dreyer gave up 2. Enriquez gave up 1. Vesia did great. He's been great all year. Scott. Okay, so they beat Scott at the end. Fought 6 innings, 3 hits, gave up a dinger to either Rohrfeld or Teoscar, probably Teoscar. Curtis gave up the dinger to Rohrfeld, Jalen Beeks, Braden Garcia, Ryan Thompson. All right, so we got to watch Shohei. We got to break down Shohei because now we're getting to the point where it's almost playoff time, so they're going to unleash him in some way, right? All right, let's watch the outs. 94.2 mile-an-hour cutter. And this is something that's been fascinating to watch. Wow, destroys the bat. That's what you want to see. And it somehow carries all the way out to Teoscar for an out. But this has been so interesting. 94.2 mile-an-hour cutter. His velocity has been unbelievable considering he's had 2 Tommy Johns in, what, like 6 years? 94.2 mile-an-hour cutter? My God. 97.9 four-seam to Cattell. Choose him up. And his four-seam has had a little bit of that perceived cut shape to it this year. So that's playing for him as well. Then he's going to finish the first inning with a called strike to Corbin on a curveball. Curveball is filthy. I've noticed this from a few starts ago. This thing is up, down, with some sharp bite. And it's very different from everything else he throws. So he's got a hump, but that's why that ball froze him. So it's just interesting. It's a little different than a Blake Snell effect, but he's got a lot of spin to it and a lot of up-down action. Second inning, Gabriel Moreno. Gonna cook him with a 98.4 mile-an-hour four-seam. Just straight up by you. Again, the velocity's been unbelievable. Here's Blaze Alexander. Gets him to chase that sweeper. That's filthy. That's 88 miles an hour at negative 15.7. That's huge. That's massive break for that speed. So he's cooking with gas tonight or last night. Itamaro Vargas.
Hopes to get some chase on a pitch down below the bottom of the zone.
Vargas bounces one up the middle, backhanded by Edman at second.
Blows him up. Yeah, and you can see that ball. I was wondering why it blew him up. Because it was down middle. 0.9, so that ball's feeling like it's cutting, so he's coming with the barrel, and then he gets a little sawed off. So that's the effect of that heater, and it's fast as shit, so this is what it looks like, Shohei coming into your living room, though. Pretty cool camera there in Arizona. That was great. All right, third inning. First hit he's going to allow is to Alec Thomas. Oh! He tried to kill him. He tried to kill the golden goose. You can't do that. Don't you know you're not allowed to do that? MLB would surely ban you for life if you killed Shohei. 105.8 line drive. Ah! Anyway, there's a hit. Now he's going to punch out James McCann. 99.5 mile-an-hour heater. Bayou. See ya. So even when he's had suboptimal location, his stuff has been really, really good. Here's Jake McCarthy. Curveball. We've talked about it. Nasty. That's been a huge increase in his effectiveness lately, I would say, is the ability to throw an absolute hammer curveball. Boom. Smell ya. It is amazing how he's able to have so many different pitches and still hit. He does it all, obviously. Perdomo nowhere near that. 99.4 up. We go to the fourth. Ketel Marte's going to get the second hit off of him. Yep, middle down in. Good pitch to hit. Kind of gets beat, though. Hits it up the middle. Corbin Carroll's going to punch out for the second time. Fastball away. Beautiful. Really nice. Moreno again. He got blown away the first time. He's going to get blown away the second time. Up and in. Pretty non-competitive there. And then Blaze Alexander ground out on a sweeper. Mookie little flipsy. All right, fifth inning. Itamaro Vargas. Fastball. So fastball's been very effective. Curveball's been very effective. We've seen some sweeper to righties. Diamondbacks definitely put a lot of lefties in the lineup against Shohei. Curveball has been kind of the antidote to that. A little bit with the way his fastball's been moving. Thomas is going to get a hit here. He actually got that other hit. He tried to kill Shohei the first time. Now he's all over a cutter. 93-1. So maybe he's the kryptonite. Well, it's okay because he gets a double play here. Shohei, ooh, playing a little defense. That was nice. That looked easy. Very nice. Nice play. So that's him through 5 in the 6th inning. I believe this is a PR for this year, right? Hadn't gone more than 5. Not to my recollection. There's the splits. That's the first out with a split on the game. Good defense there. Then he gives up a hit to Perdomo. This time on a curveball. So this is the third and final hit that he allows in this game. They're all singles, no big deal. Actually, he gives up another hit later to Corbin Carroll, so it's 4 hits. This is the third time through. This is the first time I think he's made it to this point. Kind of interesting. And his fastball is really riding in on righties. This could have easily been a double play. He ended up getting the 1 out. He only hit that 56-4. I think that ball knuckled. And Carroll gets a hit. Yeah, that throw, the technique is often suboptimal, but that was he's nasty with it, so he makes it work. And then he's going to get Gabriel Moreno, who he punched out the first 2 times on fastballs. This was really their only opportunity against Shohei. He ends up lining out to center. Pages is there, so 6 innings, no runs. Outstanding outing and a really good sign for the Dodgers. As we've talked about, you know, it's going to be 4 guys that are going to carry them on the mound on the rotation. You got Yamamoto, Glasnow, Snell, and Ohtani. I think Kershaw maybe fits in a little bit, and certainly Emmett Sheehan or Sheen, I don't know how you pronounce that. He's either going to be a little bit emergency out of the rotation, or he's going to be filling a big role in the bullpen. All right, back to the chat, and then we'll head over to Tanner Scott for a sec. Smolt says Ohtani has upside to be best pitcher in baseball, focused on pitching. Do you agree? Statcast looks better than Skeens, and stuff seems to be better this year in the past. I mean, I agree. His ceiling is there for sure, but it's hard to say. Watching him, he has not, to me, demonstrated the same level of consistency as Paul Skeens in terms of like having his A game in, game out. If you recall, Shohei has really high highs on the mound, and they're mostly really good. But he also has had some spectacular clunkers as well, where we've almost never seen that from Skeens. So his ceiling's there, though. The pitches are incredible. If he did focus only on it, maybe he'd be even better. I don't know. But I do like this other comment here from Kevin Chu. I wonder if there's a less is more thing where you don't actually need to be full-time spending your time on pitching versus hitting to maximize your abilities. There might be a lot of truth to that, Kevin. Baseball players probably, especially in the flow of the season, probably don't need as much volume of practice as a lot of times they think they do. They just need some really high quality reps, maybe in a shorter amount of time or an overall lower amount of volume to really hit that sweet spot. So I think that's a really good comment there by you, Kevin. I think that's really good. I think that probably holds a lot of validity to it. I don't remember the game, but there was an ump back in the day where for strike calls he'd hand. Well, it was Tim McClellan. Tim McClellan was the really slow umpire. So like he'd be back here and the pitch would come in, thump, and he'd go, strike. And he'd say it really like not loud. He'd just go strike. And the only people that could hear it were the catcher and the batter. And I'd be out there on the mound like, huh? And then he would go, he'd go, strike. And I'd be out there like every pitch like, so. Anyway, all right, let's go to the 9th inning and Tanner Scott. This is where it all falls apart, obviously. Let's just watch the whole thing, as crazy as it is. First pitch slider. I hate this camera angle. Ball 1, second pitch slider. So they're just coming right out ripping sliders. And I saw some comments from Tanner Scott saying he was going into, quote, screw it mode. I'm just going to start chucking it. This is what guys who have great raw velocity say when they struggle, like, oh my god, I'm trying to be too perfect out here, I'm trying to be a real pitcher, that's not my game, I'm just going to chuck it at the wall and my stuff's good enough and it'll work. It's just a desperate plea to pull some confidence back out of yourself, like, oh, if I shift my mindset, things will go well. Not necessarily true. Anyway, hits Vargas in the foot, 5 straight sliders. Okay, Brett, so I'll be off. What time do you have to leave? Or you can just come in and tell me, Bretty. And then Tim Tawa, 4 pitch walk. See if it's more sliders. Slider up ball. Pulls the fastball in. And honestly, he's probably, in this moment, just trying to hold it together. He hasn't been pitching well. Nothing's been going well. And this is just a continuation of that, right? So now he's like, shoot, I am in big trouble, and I need to find a way to get an out. Now, I'd be thrilled if they came and bunted against me in this spot, because I'm like, I need an out, man. I don't know if I can get him on my own. So James McCann squares around the bunt. He ends up throwing him slider. Slider, slider. McCann actually somehow gets it down on that pitch on the 2-strike bunt once he makes the play and gets him an out. So tying run on third, winning run on second. Yeah, I know it's a bad situation, but at least you got an out. You need to strike out this next batter or walk him or pop him up in the infield. Tanner Scott's probably not going to get a perfect ground ball, so that's what you got to pitch for.
Phillies, including his first career home run, infield in for the Dodgers. And there's the strike.
Strike one.
Second, here's the 0-1.
Man, a lot of sliders in this game. They try for the squeeze.
And it rolls foul.
So with this guy Barossa up, Torey Lovullo's like, I don't know. We're just going to have you bunt. So that's 2 teams now that we've seen some bunt action attempts against some tough lefty pitchers, Skubal and Tanner Scott. Now he goes 0-2 heater, and he misses way down with it, and this guy almost clips him for a walk-off homer there. 92.7 only, but just poor location on the fastball. That's been the problem the whole night. He's been nowhere close where he's trying to go with the fastball. He's only throwing a few fastballs, and the sliders he's just been spraying. So maybe the theory here is, I have no idea where the ball's going. I might as well throw my pitch with a little more movement on it and not just spam fastballs. So that tied the game up. And then Geraldo Perdomo is going to be the hero here. Let's see the at-bat. It's probably going to be more sliders the whole way. Slider down, ball. He's just not commanding it. Fastball down. These are weird misses. Fastball pulled downside. That's a bad sign mechanically. When you're pulling balls in the gutter glove side, not good. Most of the time, I'd prefer to see him missing up over here. Then he's just a tiny bit away from throwing beautiful pitches at the top. But those pulls, glove side, are not very encouraging. 2-0 slider. Strike, but it's down in. It's not where he wants it. He wants it back door. But they're just trying to figure out how to get him through this. Slider again. Doesn't get the chase. Slider again. 3-1. Strike. And then he's going to throw another one. To me, this is a very predictable slider at this point. And he throws this one down the middle. So, yeah, I kind of hate all the pitch calling, but I feel like they tried to do it out of necessity because they could just feel he had no command. But I just think this was so predictable. This 3-2 slider, after all these other sliders, and you throw a 3-1 slider. You throw a 3-1 slider, get the swing and miss right here. Now, at this point, Perdomo's like, screw it. He's throwing me a slider. 3-2, slider, middle. Smashed. I just think it's a super lack of command in this outing. Within the strike zone, really all over the place. Didn't really use his fastball when he did. He threw it low. He didn't get it to the up and in. Didn't get it to the up and away. Didn't really go where he's supposed to go with it. And this is a problem now. This is a big problem for the Dodgers. They paid this guy a lot of money. They have a lot of injuries. He happens to be healthy. They need somebody to be the guy at the end of these games. So Dave Roberts has some thinking to do. They have some planning to do. They have to figure out what to do here. This is definitely a very awkward situation, to say the least, for the Dodgers. Who's my playoff closer? Probably Vesia at the moment. Or maybe it's Emmett Sheehan, or maybe it's Shohei Ohtani. Those are your other options. Like, you just completely switch it up. Shohei for closer. I don't mind it. I might go with it. You have enough starters to get through it, but you need somebody at the back end. You see the value in it with Diaz doing it for the Mets. You see it with some of these other guys. Shohei could be that guy. He can maybe be that guy. Okay. Obviously, I don't have a lot of time now. We got everybody coming in. I know if Shohei closes, they lose the DH, but theoretically, you're closing in the 8th or 9th inning, and then if you want, you could just go stick them in the outfield for an inning or two. I know that's a little crazy, but I think you could do it. I really do. And Shohei's been saying he's been looking at it. Okay, so the Reds lost. There's nothing really to watch there, I don't think. Oh, me for closer? That's funny. I'm just saying it's a possibility because their bullpen is starting to really struggle. I know they don't want to do it to Shohei. I could see the conversation getting re-kicked up. Miami and Philly didn't matter. The Reds, that mattered, but we're not going to watch it. Probably, what else here mattered? The Giants are now cooked, and Houston lost to the A's. Nick Kurtz, 1 for 4. Soderstrom, 2 for 4. Shea Langeliers, 1 for 4. Jacob Wilson, 2 for 2. He's going to hit over 300. He's hitting 318 this year. Rooker, they have about as good as a top 5, top 6 lineup as most teams in the big leagues, most good teams. So that's encouraging for the A's. Astros have a tough night. They get shut down by Springs and a couple of relievers. Javier has a little bit of a tough night, gives up some runs. Again, a sneaky good offense. So Astros are now trying to hang on to their playoff spot, period. Remember, only one team out of the Red Sox, Astros, and it's like Tigers or Cleveland is going to make that last wild card spot. Or two of those spots, right? Yeah, it's 3 teams for 2 spots. So somebody's going to miss out between Red Sox, Detroit, Houston. I guess you include Cleveland because they're basically virtually tied with Detroit. They could drop 2, but that's tight. This is concerning. 7 straight losses for Detroit. So very poor. I think that might be it for the stream, folks. I don't think there's a whole lot left to do. We'll do probables for tonight. Another huge day of baseball coming your way tonight. This thing's going to be a roller coaster this whole last week, so just buckle up and hang in there. Andrew Alvarez and Rice Elder, Nats Braves, Milwaukee, Chad Patrick, Dylan Cease. Milwaukee, still have an outside. I mean, San Diego still has an outside shot at that division, 1.5 back. Boz and Tyler Wells. That's Rays O's. Tigers, Cleveland. So here we go. Jack Flaherty, Tanner Bybee. Bybee's been outstanding lately. So that's a good matchup there. And another just massive game. And then this is the game of the night. Skeens, Hunter Green. So we'll definitely be checking in on this game. Marlins, Phillies, Weathers, Luzardo. Good matchup here. Good pitchers, but both teams have nothing really going that matters in this game. Yankees, Max Fried going out there looking to win his 19th game or something like that, playing the White Sox. Great matchup for the Yankees here. And then we got a great matchup. We got the old guard, Max Scherzer, the new guard, Garrett Crochet in the AL East. This is big time. Red Sox, Blue Jays tonight from Rogers Center. Let's see what Crochet's got for him tonight and if Max can bounce back after his rough last couple games. And here we go again from Chicago. Jonah Tong in the biggest game of his young career going against Matthew Boyd in Wrigley. This should be an awesome game tonight. Twins, Rangers, Taj Bradley, and Jacob deGrom. He made it through the whole season healthy, folks. Knock on wood, because he's got to make it through this game. So he's had a hell of a year. Rangers are cooked, but great year from Jake. Royals, Angels, Kolek, Kikuchi. Both these teams are cooked. Kikuchi and Kolek on the mound there. And Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Blake Snell, Ryan Nelson. Dodgers need to win, so both teams need to win. This is going to be a fun game. Torrey will be throwing everything at it. Snell's looked great lately. Let's see how that keeps going. Mariners looking to clinch the West for the first time since 01, which I learned about in the chat today. Thank you, chat. Luis Castillo and Tanner Gordon from Seattle. And then this game, Cardinals, Giants, Sonny Gray, JT Brubaker. Giants are cooked. Astros, A's, Hunter Brown. So they send their best, very best out there tonight at the A's. This is huge. Yep, Padres only 1.5 back from Dodgers now. That's big, Turfy. I agree. And Hunter Brown, Luis Severino. This is the last game. Hunter Brown needs to pitch the Astros to victory tonight. So that's it. Huge games all night. I'll be here. I'm thinking of doing Baseball After Dark tonight because tomorrow I have that charity thing. So pretty good chance 10 o'clock tonight we're doing Baseball After Dark. I will put that up if I make that decision soon, and then we'll go from there. So no morning show tomorrow. I'll be doing charity stuff, but we'll definitely have the morning show at 10:30 on MLB's channel on Friday. But I think there's going to be Baseball After Dark from here all the way through Saturday night. So Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday we'll be off. And we'll recap the final day of the season on Monday morning as we get ready for the playoffs. So thank you so much. This has been awesome. Huge turnout today. Majorly appreciated. You guys rock, and I will see you probably tonight if anybody wants to hang out. So see you guys later. Peace out.